Russia's seen report that Russia considering lifting diesel export ban only for fuel producers. Wrap up retail sales latest week up 3.5% versus year ago. First 5 weeks of September, 3.9% versus year ago. Correct. Russian reports saying the Russian government diesel export ban would remain for the grain market. Brazil saying press reports saying that Petrobras raising aviation kerosene price by 5.3%. At the top of the hour, we'll get September Singapore Purchasing Manager Index to estimate. Singapore Purchasing Manager Index at 50.1, moving into expansionary territory for 49.9. The prior electronic sector at 49.8 versus 49.5 prior for Singapore. Kyndryl, KD announcing a strategic global alliance with Palo Alto Networks to provide industry-leading network cybersecurity services and Kilo Delta and PNW.
Hello, good morning.
What up? How are you?
Hey, Jesus, what's up, man?
What's shaking, brother? How was your trip?
It was good, man. It's good, man. Much better than my fucking trading, man.
What are you gonna do? You've been down that road and back before
Indeed, indeed. Can't wait to see
many
the
times.
comments.
This is
Can't
this
wait.
is this is tough, bro. This is tough. You gotta be lightning quick out here. You know, tough.
Yeah, yeah. And then you can't get caught on that back foot. I mean, I really thought we were gonna freaking crash. Look at where the SPY is right now. SPY didn't go anywhere in
You
reality,
know,
but Nvidia went up 40 points.
they went from though that was the brunt of the selling. The big guys now they're going to hide out in them as a safety play.
Right, right. And did you see Boeing? Did you see
Did I see
Boeing? Have
what?
you looked at Boeing?
Boeing, yeah. Ronchero and I were talking about it yesterday. Amazing. That one though, right? That one you couldn't hold on to, and it's amazing how this game works. It's amazing.
Yeah, for real. This short, I couldn't hold on to.
Right.
In reality, there's way better shorts out there than fucking Nvidia and Tesla. Tesla came out with those delivery numbers yesterday,
Yeah.
and it hit 240 in the pre-market, and then goes green.
And, I tell you,
You
it's
know,
crazy. In a matter of a day, they went from everybody getting out of these things to now they're getting back in them to hiding them because they're the biggest and best quality out there.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, you got to
indeed.
be too quick. It's tough. We'll talk about it some more, but it's definitely tough. Tough sledding out there.
Yeah. So folks here who are looking in, my account is now at around 270 or so. So I lost about a cool $500,000 on the shorts here in general. SPY here already kind of retraced the end of day. If you saw end of day yesterday, we rallied like 20, 30 handles. This morning we gapped up a little bit and then we retraced it all pretty much here off the open. I don't think there's any. I don't know about econ news today here. What do we got?
Yeah, there's nothing. You got the JOLTS coming out, I think, at 10 o'clock. So some job data people will be interested in. But I don't know how much. Again, a lot of these moves have been kind of playing on an intraday basis. The reversion to the mean, if it gets a little extreme. But But again, we'll see what happens. 10 o'clock, the JOLTS.
10
Let me
o'clock.
go.
You got the jokes. Okay.
Yeah, let me post that calendar while we're talking about it here. All right, so can we quickly talk about just the setup in general? What's making things so difficult?
Yeah. Go for
Okay,
it.
and okay, hold on one second. Let me post this so people have it. All right, so yeah, not to get too wonky because I know I confuse myself at times, let alone anybody else who's hearing it for the first time. But you have dynamics and forces at play here that really, in a normal market environment, regular market conditions, whether it be bearish, bullish, or chop, the things that usually work are not necessarily going to work over, especially a lengthy period of time here. Here's why. Okay. Above all, okay, the backdrop is bearish. We talked about it for weeks now, even throughout the bullish phase earlier this year. You have financial conditions that are tightening for a variety of reasons. You got rates up, yields up every day. Since Lucci went on vacation, they've been up ever since, haven't missed a beat. That's obviously putting pressure, tightening financial conditions. Credit spreads have been widening out. So all the things that tighten financial conditions have been at play here. And let me drill it in every bull's head. When financial conditions are tightening, you cannot make money on the upside. Okay. Now, again, scalps intraday, that's obviously a different story. But the problem is, like Lucci was hinting at, right, on either side, if you look for that follow through, that's when they catch you, right? So the first thing we have to acknowledge here is while this current environment's at play where financial conditions are tightening, any bull, any long only player out there, you're going to be lightning quick and on both sides, stops and taking profit. All right. So now that being said, that's the bearish case. Here's the problem now for the bears. And you can look at Lucci was a perfect example because, and let's be honest, you had a bad day, but prior to that, you had quite a few nice days. You know what I mean? So that bad day is a little misleading. Again, I'm not taking away anything from that, but you know what I'm saying. So the problem is that everybody is aware of the bearish environment right now. You understand? Everybody's trying to catch the short side. Really, the short side's been the only play out there. You had hedge funds have been aggressively shorting. We've been talking about that. CTAs, systematic funds, have been unloading supply into this market for the past couple of weeks. Okay? So now, and that's what's making things difficult here. Now you have a bearish backdrop with tightening financial conditions that everybody is aware of, and everybody is looking to that one side, that short side. Okay? So now, like Lucci was talking about when we started this morning webinar here, you can still scalp and make money on the downsides, shorting rallies intraday and stuff like that Lucci and Ron have been doing a good job about. The problem is when everyone's on one side of the boat, you try to hold for that follow through. You know what they do to the bears. The market guys don't like to feed the bears. It's plain and simple. So you get these snapback rallies. They run you over. Looking right before the bell, there was no reason for the market to rip like that right before the bell. Not one. Everything looked like shit. Internals, credit spreads, financial conditions, everything was hinting for more downside into the bell. And you saw it, right? You mentioned it, that snapback rally right before the ding dong yesterday.
Yep.
I mean, it was ridiculous. Ridiculous. So that's what we have here. We have a bearish backdrop. There was money to be made, and Lucci pointed out the easy money has been made on the short side. But now you tend to get a little too greedy, and they're going to bite you in the rear end. So that's what makes this environment so tricky right now.
Nice. Well, thank you for that update. Yeah, that update right there. That was nice. Let's take a look at some news here this morning and see what's going on just in general here. Let's take a look at oil. Oil finally had that kind of dip, and it's continuing here this morning. I was looking for a rally off of XOM yesterday to try to short into. Yesterday was finally the decent day to short. XOM finally just dumped out and oil is finally coming in here. So I'm sure that's probably helping some airlines. Maybe not really. If you take a look at these airlines and cruise ships and all this kind of stuff, these things aren't doing too hot either. UAL had some news on it this morning. This thing looks like
Oh,
complete shit.
oh,
Complete shit. I was swing short CCL way back at around $19. Just didn't have the stomach to stick it out, but that trade looked like it worked out pretty well there as well. A couple of people here are asking me how I'm feeling, level headed. It's kind of frustrating, obviously, as you guys already are aware. Trading is just one of those things where I'll put it to you this way: for the last 2 years, my largest losers have come from when I'm going for the bigger short, and everything just changes at that low, and I'm holding the bag. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's my fault entirely here for continuing to hold. I saw I saw that tape change at 423 last week on the SPY. So last week we were trading, at a low or whatever. It was probably somewhere down here, or I don't know, maybe it was a couple days before that. Um,
now can I ask you a question? Honestly, and
it was
when
right
you
here.
went away, if I remember correctly, you went away.
Yeah, that was the other issue. I'm on
Did
a
that have
plane.
any effect?
I'm
Honestly,
on a plane, and I couldn't get any internet, and I was like, in my head, I was like, all right, I'm probably gonna be fine because I have time on my options anyway.
right?
And it was right here at 423, and it was around like 2 o'clock. It was around like 2 o'clock or so. I take off at around 2:15, and yeah, I mean that had a huge factor. Now, did I have enough time to bail the whole position before I jumped into the air? Yeah, I probably had about 5 minutes or so to be able to do it. And again, like when you're on the go like that, it's kind of a dumb problem to have, but it is a problem to have, right? So I'm in the air, I can't do anything, and by the time I land, I look at Nvidia back at around in the 30s here, probably at around like 430, 432 and change. The next day I had a chance. I had another chance to get out of everything. And still didn't take it. And if you look every single day, so once you get punished the one time, now you're kind of waiting for it to come back for you so you can get the hell out of it.
Right.
And it was my fault too for holding it too long. I mean, I had the chance to burn out of it with at least a smaller loss. I didn't have to take it completely up the freaking backside. And now look at this Nvidia here, all the way back up to
Oh yeah, you would actually been
450.
feeling pretty good if you were tight on that loss. I mean, right? I mean, because you made
Exactly,
some money prior to that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So my biggest problem is at that moment in time when you're sized up, you're trying to hold this shit, and you're in you're even if you got a couple of weeks on your options, remember you're at the point where there's the largest amount of IV on your options. So even a 10.5 point pullback on it was enough to kill me over. Billy is saying, so would you say your ego got, I mean, call it ego, call it whatever you want to, whatever it was.
It's not ego. It's and Lucci and I were talking about this a couple of weeks ago because I was telling them just in regards to my trading and my play. It seems like every time, and you'll learn this as the more you're in this game. Every time you go for that kill, right?
Yeah.
You had a
Yep.
few nice winners. You've been making
Yep.
some money, and
Yep.
you want to take that little extra dive, get a little more aggressive to
Yep.
clean up, right? Just to get that
Yep.
one big hit.
Yep.
It never pans out. I don't know. It
Yeah.
never pans out, right?
Doesn't fucking pan
That's
out.
what I was explaining to you throughout my career. And then, like, everybody knows about the trade because you're sized up in it. It just, there's bad karma around that for some reason. But that's the game, man. I don't, again, no rhyme or reason, but it always plays out that way.
Indeed. Indeed. Continuing on with some of the news here this morning, we'll take a look at Yahoo here. Chipotle tests robotic line to make your burrito bowl.
Oh,
Imagine.
Yeah, the
Can you
robots.
imagine?
So this is Chipotle. Even more the reason now to check out Chipotle, maybe.
You still didn't go. Oh, so
No,
you
I
still
didn't
didn't go.
I didn't go. We had a mini hurricane when I was supposed to go, and that kind of rained on my parade there.
Right, and we got the trial for Sam Bankman-Fried set to begin this week. This should be super interesting, so I'm definitely going to pay attention here. I still haven't received any money back from my my other account there. Yo, Jesus, is that airplane noise coming from you, or
Oh
where's that
yeah,
coming?
yeah. Is it that loud? That's the buckle up as news comes across. Hold on, let me lower it.
Okay. Other than that,
It's the airplane noise, right?
yeah, whatever that fucking
That's what is it?
airplane
Buckle
noise
up
is.
or get back in your seat.
That VFS has a gap down here this morning. If you take a look at that VFS, this thing is just brutal.
Yeah, you know they've been pounding puts. Remember before you left, they were pounding puts on this
Man,
thing. Even
I
down
never
there.
should have covered from the day I shorted it, which was at $71. So when you shorted it,
Wow!
shorted that thing at
Wow!
$71, and I had 5,000 shares of this fucking thing.
Wow!
Nabil here is saying Chipotle going to keep skimming on the portions. Blah blah blah. XLF energy tanking except for tech. Yeah, 100%. I mean, now if you look at SPY here, we are closing in on those lows from last week, which I was obviously short from, and it doesn't look like we're seeing much relief besides some of the tech names. If you looked at the tech names yesterday, Google and everything traded up pretty well. They actually traded up pretty well. It was the first day of the month. They didn't look that bad, especially the Nvidia, of course, out of all of them. This morning, things are looking a little bit different. Remember, the Tesla deliveries still were down.
Yeah.
And then
Did you see uranium? That finally got hit a little bit yesterday as well.
finally got hit. That CCJ.
Yeah.
Okay, so that thing finally came off. That CCJ here. So if you look at the last couple of days here on the CCJ, that's looking a little wet.
A little wet.
It's looking a little wet.
Yeah, so this was some commentary at a Goldman I posted in the room last night talking about the action yesterday and the mega cap NASDAQ leadership. So they're right here, desk activity. This is action off the desk at Goldman. Mega cap tech carried the torch today, strongest outperformance versus SPY since May. They published a note over the weekend that people might hide in mega cap tech as a flight to safety, as a flight to quality. But again, away from that, I think that's where things just look absolutely disgusting. You had the spread between the Goldman mega cap basket and the Russell 2000 closing in on its early 2022 peak, so the worst spread ever there. In terms of breadth, the percent of companies in the NASDAQ trading above the 200-day is now at a year-to-date low, 30%. Down from 50 in July. The Russell 2000 flipped negative on the year now. XBI, which is the smaller cap biotech ETF, and bond proxy basket suffered a 4 standard deviation move lower yesterday, second worst in the last 2 years, underscoring that safety in this market is scarce. And then they talk about just rates. 64 bip rise in 10-year yields over the last 2 months continued into the fourth quarter with 10-year yields jumping 11 bips. The largest move in the last 2 months, relentless. And then you got currencies. You got a whole bunch of shit going on in the currency market, which I don't even want to get into. But there's a lot. We talk about, we label it like this to understand it a little bit better. There are greater forces at play here that aren't always at play. That's not always the case. And you kind of got to be careful. You kind of got to be careful when you have this type of backdrop going on because the machines just fire and a lot of it won't make any sense. So that's what we have here.
Indeed. We got Ranchero in the house, man. What's going on?
What's up, Mr. Ranchero?
What's cracking, Luch? Jesus, you sound like you're in a cave, man. Where you at?
Am I in the cave? Why? I think Charlie mentioned that yesterday. Why does it sound different on here than... I don't know. Nothing changed.
You got your mic far away from you?
No.
No, he sounds fine to me.
Okay. All right. All good. Yeah, we're going right down the fucking shitter. Let's get the puts queued up.
Fuck.
He's on there. What is this shit on here?
I took home 10, so October 6th, 421s at the close because I didn't believe that pump at the end. I just don't. What do we got today? We got JOLTS coming today. I mean, JOLTS is not always a market moving event, but some people think it could be. So when you had the yields spike overnight, like nothing looks good.
Nah, nothing looks good. Nothing looks good. Yeah, we were talking about that a little, Ranchero, before you got here. Again, everything looks bearish. The bullish case is that everybody's aware of everything looking bearish. So you got to kind of watch out for those. Exactly what we saw right before the bell yesterday. Those violent reasons. But you see how you played it yesterday, right? You scalp it, get out of the way. They squeeze it. Everything still looks like shit. Try to scalp it again.
Yep.
It's kind of the approach you got to take. And if it's too quick, there's too many people have too much pride out there. If it's too quick and it's not a style you're comfortable with, or your account size is not at an appropriate level to trade like, then you just got to chill out, relax, and step aside. You don't force things and try to change your game if it's not your time. But too many people have a lot of pride out there and they're almost embarrassed to admit to themselves they can't trade this market if it's too quick for them. You got to be real with yourself, my friends.
I agree. Strong concurrence.
I concur. And that's
Lucci, what are you looking at?
I got one of the kids here. He's got a little game plan here.
one of the kids here. Whose kid? Which kid is this now? The Disney kid, the trading kid?
No, his name is Ben. He's actually from Long Island, like you.
Ah, nice. I like this kid.
All right, so what do you got?
I got looking at SPY mainly off the open.
Yeah.
I think if we pop and fail at 425, the short looks good below 424.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't, we can gap fill the upside.
Yep.
SPY 0 ETs.
Yeah, you got like this range here, man. You got this range here on SPY. We're kind of at the lower end of it. It looks like it. Yeah.
I think we're going to 420.
That's what Ranchero's saying too. I'm saying we're going to 422.
Then you have the gap fill the upside, so it makes a lot of sense to play that.
All right, so what else you got?
DA also looks good.
Fuck, for a short? Jesus Christ. I'm sitting here waiting for a fucking rally on BA for God knows how long. It ain't happening.
Short. The video is one of the relatively less weaker ones. It's
Yeah.
only down 40%. If we get back to 450, I like a long above 452.
Yeah.
Airbnb got downgraded, 3% gap down.
Oh, let's check that one. All right.
You got Boeing, a little headline here, so you might get a little pop initially.
Some headline in Boeing here. They need something here to save that stupid thing. Where's that Airbnb? So what was the news here on this? It's just a downgrade? Yo, Ranchero, take a look at this. Take a look at this Airbnb. What do you think of this thing, man? Are you watching this thing at all?
I don't trade Airbnb. What I like, well, I can tell you what I like about Airbnb is it's fundamentally it has some strengths to it in the name of the amount of cash that they generate just by having deposits sitting in interest-bearing accounts. So there's a little bit of stability there, but technically on the big picture, you're sitting right on a big picture fib. So it either supports here or you got a pull, and you're looking at the 200-day moving average down at 121.25.
Yeah. Did you look at Bank of America last couple of days?
Yeah.
All the banks look like hell.
Did you look at these things?
Did you short it? You said you wanted to.
Nah, man. No.
Okay.
No. After I took the fucking murder loss on this Nvidia Tesla, man, I can't. Now I gotta. Now I can't. Now you remember that line from shit, was it now you can't leave.
Yeah.
Now you can't leave.
Classic. With the biker game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like now you can't lose. You know what I mean? So now I gotta play super conservative. And now I got to play like a punk, but you know, it is what it is. Y'all know what it is.
Scraping it back.
Scraping it back, man.
That's from
Scraping
Bronx
it
Tale.
back.
Yeah, the Boeing. I mean, here, all right. Just take a quick look at the Boeing. The problem now, obviously, I mean, this has been a brutal sell-off, and they have taken this thing down. And if you believe in some of the shit that I show you guys, is this green line is anchored off of the low, and that's the low from the bottom of the pandemic at $88. You are at an area of technical interest. Maybe you get a bounce, but look at what's overhead. This looks like absolute poop. Why can't it go back and visit 121 again? It can, if they can't save this thing around here, right? When are earnings? Earnings are coming up October 25th. So they can do some damage here if they want. If they don't save this thing, they can do some damage. More damage.
Yeah.
You got a pop in crude. Any news? What happened? I don't understand.
Yeah, there was a small pop in crude here. Crude actually went green.
Hey, there you go. Out of tech back into crude, huh?
Yeah, you could look at it. Yeah, you look at it that way. I mean, yesterday most of the action was just short, fucking banks and oil while they bid the techs. Yeah, crude is up, so maybe I'll get that pop on XOM. I was looking for like 116 or something like that to short. Honestly, with that BA, man, if we can get some kind of a squeeze going on that, and I can get a reshort swing on that, that's one of my favorite trades. Hands down, that's one of my favorite trades. It's one of my top trade ideas. Apart from that, if you take a look at this NVIDIA, yo, look at these solars, man. They still looked horrible. Look at this ENPH.
ENPH is still a short.
Yeah, that's a crude strong.
I mean, you're going to test 115 here. It's a complete retrace of the move all the way dating back to 22. It's a complete retrace of that move from 22 to a high of so when was this? This was January of 22, all the way to the end of 22 in December, where it reached its high. It's retraced the entire move. Earnings in the middle of October. I don't see anything saving it here.
Oh yeah, Dell Analyst Day, right today.
Is that Boeing headline about United ordering these 737s old news? They love to recirculate headlines on Boeing, and that they trap people all the time by doing that. Does anybody know?
Yeah, well, is that today? I'll check it out. No, W.
Somebody pointing out Chipotle, Lucci, has filled the gap. Tagged the 200-day moving average down.
Speaker McCarthy planned to hold a vote on the motion to vacate later today.
Yeah, I mean they I mean
36.
yesterday a good 70-point rally back on that CMG there was pretty impressive.
Anthony and FD staff reviewers releasing review notes on the engine's late-stage trial saying may not provide substantial evidence to support claims of effectiveness for the company's lung cancer drug.
Yeah, that AMC. I mean, that GME the past couple of days, it's trading down to 15.
Gap down.
What the hell? I shut that off. Why is it still on? How do I shut it now? Jesus Christ. I'll just mute.
Melly
Like
here.
everything, Jay.
I gotta mute this. Hold on. I hear
No
that sound.
positions. No positions here for me. Just kind of sitting around waiting and watching. Ben, I want to hear from you. Ben, you heard? I want to hear from you.
Speak, child.
You get in something, I want to know about it.
Costco here making a move up about 572.20, so it's getting close to an area where I'm going to consider rolling it up.
Fucking, I just took a look at this thing. It's fucking at highs. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be fucking shitting me.
This is my best trade of the year.
Oh, hands down, man. Hands down, man. XOM, nice little comeback here. I'm going to queue up some XOM puts just in case, but I want to wait till it gets
Tesla's
a little
looking
higher.
weak.
Meh. GS is down another 4 points. Another 4 points. GS is down. What a fucking great short these things are.
You're listening to Trade the News.
You think that woman's wearing clothes when she makes that little...
No mind, boy.
Oh, come on. Here we go.
Cancel his ass.
Cancel Rancho. Here we go.
It was just a question.
No, it wasn't.
What happened to this thing?
Any spies getting hit here? Because I'm about to get short like a mofo here.
Dark Brian, the screen is blurry. Yeah, man, I'm seeing the stream too, slow as shit.
Says that
If you're on
BMY
YouTube watching.
distribution agreement for $16.7 million. Franklin Echo, Michael Yankee.
Oh, I want to short this so bad. What's Netflix doing? Who's blurry? Is it?
It's mine. It's mine.
It's you.
It's mine. But in reality, it's probably going to come out that we all are. But let's just focus on some trades here.
Q Bears.
Q Bears.
The Bears.
Here, Bears.
For today or for a couple of days out?
356 is 300K.
If you take a look at this XOM sweep down here, let me pull up the BA. If you take a look at BA, 189 on the BA, I kind of want to queue up some lottos here, 190s here on the BA. They're going for about 272. Somebody bought about 1,800 contracts here so far on the 190s here. I'm just going to shoot out a quarter position here, just a 25 lot, just to mess around here. Take a look at this BA when you guys get a chance.
Here's a post. What did you say? There's action there? Here, I'll post the ones.
Okay, Jesus went ahead and posted the lines. And again, folks, if you guys are, inside the chat rooms here, he posts a nice little analysis of all the action on the different lines here, percentage that are on the bid versus the ask. This is all really useful information. So I would highly recommend, if you guys are looking for some data to add to your trading, hop into the Steamroom. You get a nice trial period of 2 weeks, and it's only $8. All right, what else we got here? Yeah, Tesla tape does look weak, but again, do you think you're going to get 10 points down on this thing? I can't. I don't believe it yet. If you take a look at the Amazon, the Apple.
It looks like shit too. cap downs all over the yard.
XOM back up to 115.60 here.
I think this thing is not working right.
Okay, fresh highs on the XOM. Let's take a look at that BA. BA fresh highs here too. I'm gonna add. I got another 25 of this thing. I think you get a slow melt up here as shorts get squeezed. But again, SPY also has to
193,
take up
193 and a half is a target on that Boeing.
Yes, that's one of the only ideas I got so far. I'm gonna watch the BA and the XOM. I mean, if I get 192, I'll be super happy about that one. Looks like you got some Amazon puts here for a week out.
You got, don't forget, you got JOLTS coming in less than a half an hour.
Ben, I'm long the BA. Ben. I might put your ass next to me.
You got some nibbling Ford puts F.
Bunsall, I don't think the stream is. I don't know. To be honest, we're testing a new platform out. My stream is definitely laggy on YouTube, 100%. 100%.
Lucci, did they tell you to go to that little the gear, the sprocket, and go to video resolution and go to full high definition?
Oh yeah, Montero had to do that.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Maybe that's what it is. Thank you.
Yep.
And no, they didn't. No, they didn't tell me.
Fucking herbs.
Fucking herbs and D's. This looks a little better.
Do I need to do that too? I don't really.
I don't know. Fuck around. If one of the old guys figured it out before my team, good God.
Yeah.
No love. No love, Jay. No love.
I don't want to fool around. You look good, Lucci. I see you. Well, I'm seeing it too.
Yeah, now the YouTube stream looks a little bit better, guys. Give me a shout out here if you're looking at the YouTube stream. Let me know if it looks a little better. Aaron is saying if 426, 427 can't push, I'm looking for the recent lows.
So you got Banks, a little weakness. Nvidia showing some strength. Mobley. Oh, these are May puts. May disaster puts.
Okay, it looks better. Looks better. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Actually, thank Ron Chero for the fix. Yeah, Nvidia looks good, man. Again, as long as SPY can't dump. Somebody said SMCI puking. If you call that puking, you haven't seen me after a night out in DR, bro.
Yeah, that thing was up, I think, 20 yesterday, and 100 before that.
Okay, take a look at the Boeing. We got 50 lot here. We're almost at 192. I mean, I think I'm gonna cover some of this.
September car sales in Brazil, 197,673 units.
Solid idea on the Boeing. Oof. They gave you 2 seconds to cover that. Yo, what was that move on BTC yesterday? Why was there news or something that came out there? Because this shit is going right the fuck back down.
I
So
hear
I'm
it.
just kind of chilling. Yeah, because BTC hit like 28.5 yesterday. And then boom, just came back kind of, and now we're trading around 27, I think. All the way back to where we started. So if you look at the MSTRs and all this kind of stuff, they popped and just drop right back. No love for these things. XOM fresh highs on the XOM.
Little bull bet Doku November.
What the hell is Doku?
That's a software name. Remember, Doku is the hottest thing in the world post-COVID.
Hockey sign. Gotcha.
Yeah. You got some outperformance from the semis early on here.
ES does not look good.
10 minutes or
Nick.
so into trading session, the Dow down 137 points, the S&P 4267 down 20 handles.
Somebody's talking about the docu. Yeah, interesting.
NVIDIA. Some bull flow there, pretty messy though.
Yeah, I mean, the more I look at SPY here, the more I feel like it wants to kind of fall back out. The XOM here kind of looks weak here too.
It's working now. Let me see. I don't think so.
Honestly, I don't have a lot here. And then the question is do you get SPY move back down to the lows? Do you get a squeeze? Jella is saying there's a stock I learned from you. FCNCA, the backside of that stock is finally in. Looks like this thing can start trending back down. FCNCA, I remember this thing. I do remember this thing. What do you want to do here? Short of just taking 1,000 shares short. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't play the puts. You cannot play the options on this shit. You cannot play the options on this.
You got a little reprieve in yields, probably helps keep things bid here. Monster puts, MNST, Citigroup, some nibbling October
Puts?
calls.
Calls. I mean, if you look at that Tesla, it's still weak.
Lucci, you could go on this on that FCNCA. You could go 6 months out and play for gap fill at 1,100. That's what you could do.
No, I'm done with swings, man. Swings
There
are
you go.
fucking destroying my life right now, man. I can't do it. I ain't you. I'm not you, Ron Cherry. You know what I mean? And you know what else I realized too on the swings? You can't get as heavy as I do on these things. You can't. Because you have to leave room to short.
Yes.
You have to leave room to
Yep.
right around them. You have to leave
Absolutely.
room to scalp around them. You can't trade them like I do. I trade
Yeah,
them like
I agree.
you can't do it. So I gotta tighten all my shit up, man.
Tighten this shit up.
XBI selling off again. You got some more put action there.
You look at
Guys,
this
I'm
SPY, though. They're keeping this thing penned in here, in my opinion, until that
Yep.
JOLT number comes out.
Agreed. You got some Tesla puts here. I don't blame them. I don't
Just
think you're gonna.
grind.
I don't
Oh.
think you're gonna make stupid money on this though. I'm gonna cover another 10 lot on the BA, guys. Even though it still looks fine. I got 30 lot left on the BA. Up
Back it.
$1,000 on it.
Back the cash.
Goldman Sachs saying Amazon and Microsoft starting to sell. I fucking doubt it.
They're too widely held. Can they sell off? Of course they can. But are they just going to abandon those names? Doubtful.
Yeah, I mean anybody. If you buy those 245s on the Tesla, just fucking take it easy, man. Going back to that XOM, it's not really doing shit. Still got 30 lot of the Boeing here. I still think it goes higher. It's just not going to be the easiest trade. You want to look for dips. You want to look for dips on the Boeing if you're going to buy it. SPY here back to highs, which is kind of what we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, you got a little breather or yields here, so keep things bid.
Tesla Model Y gets even cheaper with new $44,000 IRWD version.
15 minutes to the top there. We'll get the August JOLTS job opening data expected at the 8.82 million.
15 minutes.
8.83.
Ben, what do you got over there? Cool. I'm long the Boeing. That's all I got right now.
What's Ben trading?
Ben's cash right now.
Okay. Where the hell's Dimitri?
Johnson Johnson, New Jersey court throwing out a $224 million verdict against J&J in a talc cancer lawsuit.
Post-reactive lines. Flow, just some isolated sweeps here and there. Pretty mixed.
All right. SPY couldn't really break there or trend higher. And if you look at most names, we're pretty dry out here.
Chipotle. I always believed in you, Chipotle.
Why? What do you see some flow on that shit?
No. I'm just looking at the chart.
Who the
He's
hell is
dreaming
Dimitri?
of that lobster burrito.
Who the fuck is Dimitri?
I'm trying to get into Chipotle. You know, I'm trying to be part of the cool guys here. Break myself in. TH puts.
Amazon Fresh Flows. All right. Let's take a look at the Google. Meh.
Yeah, pretty mixed action, right? Even the price action I'm talking about now. Look at an early map. I don't mind if we have to focus on names, but you got to give me some sweeper activation.
Right. Otherwise.
Otherwise, what am I going to do with it?
Right. XOM here, 116, almost at that level that I do want to short. I'm going to wait till that JOLTS number comes out and then kind of ease up here because oil here doesn't look like it wants to fall out. Papu, buenos dias, buenos dias. Guys, I still have the Boeing. I mean, so far the tape looks okay. It's holding. It's not doing anything crazy, but it's holding. I still got about 30 left. Somebody's calling out this Rivian. Wow. Take a look at this Rivian, guys.
Yeah, I was cranking yesterday.
We got day 2 of this shit.
Yeah, there was some buying in that yesterday.
Kill the stock. Kill it.
Okay,
Yeah.
XOM now over 116 here, looking for the squeeze.
What else we got going? Let's take a look.
Amazon Fresh Lows.
Rivian? Oh, yeah, that's right. November core line weekly put buy in Rivian yesterday. Mosh pit. ENVX, garbage, NLY, garbage, run, puts, that's a solar name, RUN.
Run. Oh, solar.
Yeah, puts. That thing's, I think, one of the most shorted stocks on the board.
Yeah, that one in ENPH, man. That shit is up there too. Check out the Boeing here. Boeing almost at highs. Remember, we still got 30 of these. Should have a lot more, but whatever. Is what it is. All right, fresh highs on the Boeing. Ash, Lucci lost 500,000. So Ash, those are losses. So no, I did not take money out. I lost it.
That Boeing's so overdue for a squeeze too, right?
Bro, so overdue.
I can't believe that chart. Every time I look at it, it's insanity.
All right,
Here's
fresh highs
SPY.
on SPY.
This is you're right at yesterday's VWAP. Let's see if it fills the gap. If it fills the gap, I'm gonna look for.
Nice program up.
Drops report here at the top of the hour.
Nice program up on SPY there. Guys, I'm going to cover 5 of the Boeing. I still got 25 left.
From opening level, positive correlation between the two continues here in the early going of trade session.
If you take a look at the Tesla, anybody who shorted that in the hole.
Copper's now up on the day, up 0.6%.
Okay, I'm going to try to set some limits out on Boeing here a little bit higher.
Look at 10 minutes for JOLTS.
Try to sell 380 on that Boeing.
Nice, Luke.
You got some Google calls here.
Watch this SPY. This is yesterday's VWAP, so just be aware. You still got gap fill up to this 427 area, but this is where the VWAP was yesterday. It is relevant. Keep an eye on it.
Never got to fill on that BA there. But everything else looks pretty okay.
So buying things, what the hell is this?
Bunso, I'm already working on it.
Portland Netflix planning to raise prices for their service after the end of the actors' strike.
Oh,
Netflix raising prices.
Oh, yo, watch this thing. Pull this thing up.
Oh, look at that!
Remember what happened
spikeroo.
last time. Remember what happened last time.
Sports,
Yeah.
Disney Plus overseas for the same report on.
Oh shit, bro. Oh shit.
Let's see, man.
Yo, so what they say they're gonna raise prices?
Yeah.
What about Disney and all that other shit?
What about it?
Spike up there too on the Disney and all that.
Oh, what you're saying? Are they playing off it?
Oh, you can't even touch the options on Netflix right now. They're friggin' insane. 387.5 puts, 260 by $10.
You got Disney considering launch of new live sports. Blah blah blah.
Could not even grab Netflix puts.
Yeah, that was quick. I fucking had it queued up. We could have traded stock. We should have just traded stock right there. That would have been the better way to do it. Guys, I couldn't get out of the rest of those Boeings here. Still got 25 on the Boeing. So, you know, Thomas, man, it already is, man. It already is.
See this spike up above yesterday's VWAP, getting a little pull. Let's see. I think they're messing with everybody before this number.
You got some Amazon puts here. Look at this. $2 million order coming in for November. Jesus, what's up with that one?
Yeah, they caught some size Fed call buying yesterday. So, I mean, I would have made two. Again, these names are just too active, you know? They're size all over the place. Oh, look at this one. SMCI weekly in the money, 282.5.
Calls?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, this thing, that looks nice too.
Homeboy was in the chat talking about this thing is puking.
It was.
It was.
And now it's not.
Netflix weekly 400s. That's what they're playing.
Netflix. Holy shit, it came back, Juanchero.
That's why I was calling out. You couldn't even play the puts. I wanted to go get some puts, and they were $8 wide. You couldn't even touch them.
This is kind of the first day of bouncing in a while.
Yeah.
I kind of want to buy this thing. Am I crazy? Am I crazy
You
to
want
want
to
to
buy
buy
the
this thing?
Netflix?
You got
Yeah.
a little more weekly. That's what they're playing. The 400s there.
All right, look,
I
I'll
don't
play
mind that.
stock. I'll play stock. I'll buy 100 shares. Let me just smell it. Let me just smell it. Let me just wash the tape a little bit. Ben, what do you got over there? And there you kind of go. Yeah, I'm long the stock. Yeah, I just took a look at the options. I mean, the options actually traded pretty good. They were $4 here. Now they're trading 5.5. What are we looking for on this thing? 395? Shit. You gotta be
21
quick.
EMA is at 396.5.
Oh, you got to be quick, man. They just burned it. They just took it away from you.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm fucking around with stock.
It's too quick of a market.
Yep, I agree. Next pop I get, I'm out.
All right, you got 4 minutes, JOLTS.
Jesus. All right, covered out of the Netflix
Nice.
for break even. Even
Break
though
even.
Yep.
MBS quarterly concerns.
And it just printed 394. Shit.
Break even. Oh,
Shit.
were you short or long? I'm dizzy.
No,
here.
I was long.
Come on, Jay, keep up.
It was long. Thing went to 395, dumped 4 points, and then went right back. There's buyers in this thing for real. I like it. It's just, I think it's moving too fast. Let me just let it go. I'm going to stick with this Boeing here for now. Still working on the Boeing. XOM 116 still going.
CNK, is that the energy one or the movie theater?
No, that's
Movie
that
theater,
cinema.
yeah.
That's a cinema joint.
Yeah. There's been a little buying in this name in the past too. CNK. You got some repeat.
The US 210 yield spread now above negative 40 basis points of the.
You know what the trade is on Netflix? Just sell some puts, 375s, man.
Along into the Treasury curve. Again, U.S.
But
rates
I'm
are
kind of
off of session high.
glad I'm out of that.
About 5 basis points off the 10-year high at 4.69%. The 2-year still holding above 5%.
So you got yield still fading here, and that's obviously going to keep equities bid for the time being.
Has resulted in equities coming up off the opening levels here in the U.S. and
Oh,
JOLTS come out in 2 minutes. Guys, I got filled on my Boeing at 385, so that trade is still going pretty good. I got 15 left. 15 left. It did just hit a new high, so you got JOLTS there. It's about to come out. That Netflix, I'm glad I'm out of that fucking thing. Fuck that thing. Fuck that thing, guys. I'm gonna cover a little bit more Boeing, and I'm gonna hold 10 here for the runner. But that was good. That was my trade for the day. Now the embarrassing start over, scrounging out $3,000, $4,000 a day.
It's better than working at Walmart, my friend.
So depressing. But you're right. You're right. You know what else is depressing,
August JOLTS job openings expected 8.82 million, down slightly from 8.83 million prior.
You know what else is super depressing, guys?
What's that?
I don't know why, but fucking the government revoked my global entry. And
Why?
I go to buy, I don't know. They didn't even give me a reason. They just sent me an email saying that, yo, your shit is revoked. You'll get like a letter in the mail or something like that. So boom, I didn't know it was revoked, right? I go to buy I go to buy a ticket. I'm in Tampa. I'm trying to get back over here. I buy the ticket, and then boom, I noticed I don't have the TSA pre-check. So I'm calling in. I'm yelling because in my head, I'm like, yo, don't make me take off my shoes, man. Don't make me take off my motherfucking shoes, man. I'm not a peasant anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a peasant anymore. Don't make me take off my shoes. They fucking revoked it. They revoked it. I couldn't even get, you know what I mean? I couldn't even get it back. And I had to walk in there and join the regular line. Oh,
6.1 million, well up to
man.
8.8 to 2 million expected for JOLTS.
Jolts out.
Jolts out. Jolts out. Nice dump. Nice fat dump.
Yeah, this is what I'm. Yeah.
So jobs higher than expected there. Higher for longer, my friends. What a disaster.
Longer.
Oh.
Playing the puts.
Wow. Well, that's pretty ugly.
Yeah, that's not what they wanted to see there.
That's not a fucking good number at all.
And the dollar yen now above 150 per dollar. Dollar yen going above 150 on this JOLTS jobs report. Briefly testing above it to a high of 150.01.
Spike in the dollar.
The long bond down a full point once again. The 10-year yield back up to 4.73%. Again, it had been 2 straight months of much lower than expected JOLTS, so the trend was broken here with today's report,
So much for that.
putting some renewed upward pressure on interest rates.
So much for that.
Well, let's see if they break the lows. If they break the lows, then we might have continuation here.
Break the low. Oh, first buy. Yeah, got you.
Yeah.
Somebody said Amazon fresh lows. If you notice, the XOM is fucking looks fine.
Well, the JOLTS data quits rate at 2.3% in August.
XOM looks fine.
All right, I got 100 of the SPY 424s as this dumps out from $1.65.
Well, so you bought some puts here?
Yeah, hell yeah! As it broke the bottom, fuck yeah. I think they're gonna dump this out.
Whoa. All right. I mean, let's see what we got over here. So, all right, SPY 420. Which ones did you buy? 425s?
424s from $1.65.
For tomorrow?
Tomorrow's.
Okay. Man, so you don't even fuck with these dailies, do you?
I don't like the dailies. I like the next day.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
And if they don't dump this out, I'm gonna just scalp it here.
That Amazon is definitely weaker.
All right, I'm gonna scalp this. I'm just gonna take a quick little profit.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
That's cheap shit. Really.
See if I can re-engage on it. The next line down is the 423s. I'm gonna queue those up and see if we get a shot at those.
You got Amazon seeing a little more put activity.
I mean,
See,
that's
this
been
looks-
the
this
weakest
looks
tech
like
name.
really- That I might look at playing some of that Amazon too. Yeah, here we go on the SPY.
It's the weakest tech name right there. Netflix
Yep.
here just dumped out. Somebody's talking about a firm here, 19. Oh, wow. What a reshort from 22.5 there. ¿Te puedo ayudar? Oh, everything. You waiting for somebody? To Joel? Keith, thanks, man. Google antitrust lawsuit. This
Re-engage
tape.
on SPY puts 423s from
Yeah, that looks good.
$1.53.
That looks good. That looks good. I don't want to enter here, but I do think we can get down to 423, man.
I grabbed the 423s from $1.53 for tomorrow.
Yeah. I kind of want to wait. I'll wait for a rally here, and I'll join. I'll join with a small 10 lot here. Would like to see another rally here over the half. And I bought another 10 more. Any single names interesting out there, Jesus, that you're seeing a lot of
The
flow
only
on?
thing, call activity wise, that's noteworthy in the sense is that CNK, they came back to buy Charlie, Nancy, Kevin.
Right.
Other than that, just mostly isolated weekly bets.
Right.
But pretty mixed. We're seeing just as many put sweeps.
Dollar yen
If not more.
1.506 getting a foothold now above the 150 mark in the dollar yen.
Ben, what do you got over there?
Here, 42.90 now in the futures market, 42.54 in the S&P cash market.
You're in SPXs, you sick fuck.
42.3860 was the intraday low in late September there in the S&P cash market.
This thing's going to dump out again.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So you got VIX highs in the morning, dollar highs in the morning, yields testing highs in the morning, now at highs in the morning.
There goes your low here.
Credit spreads not looking too hot.
Covered my SPY puts here. I just took that quick. I bought 120, selling 140 here. This doesn't look like a cover though.
No, I think we're going to shit the bed here.
We look fucking weak here.
And no signs of any panic. Put the call just curling higher on the morning now. Was down, actually. Tesla seeing, again, weekly puts. 245
again. Those actually might pay out, man. That's twice now we've seen that order hit.
Yeah, that's what the action's there, definitely.
And that's $1 million on that line there, too. Whoa.
245. You got 27,000 traded on that line. PCG, a utility play that's been littered with put buying recent days, some more put buying. Peter, Charlie, Girl. And you got the utility ETF as well. Put sweeper activity again.
Leo saying you all distracted from the short of a lifetime. Well, fucking swing it then, Leo. Fucking do what you got to do.
Oh, wait, he had the jobs data. Apparently, somebody gave him a call and gave him the number.
I don't know.
We aren't so fortunate.
I think my SPY short's working out just fine.
The Dukes are trying to corner the market.
It was the Dukes. Once again, that's towards 2.94% as U.S. rates tracking towards new session and cycle highs, approaching 4.75 in the U.S. 10-year. And the 2-year yield up to 5.14%. We've actually seen some flattening along the U.S. yield curve back to negative 40.
Yeah, I
basis
agree.
points in the wake of the JOLTS jobs number.
This bathing utilities, the talk of on the street right now. Unbelievable. A lot of grandpa money getting lit on fire.
They got to light them cigars with something.
I mean, you know what? They're sitting there collecting dividends and stacking their paper, and then shit like this happens and just wipes it all out.
I mean,
You
that JOLTS
gotta
number
think-
was fucking bad.
Yeah. You got to think some of that money gets moved into short-term paper with the yield that you get, Jay. Like, why
Yeah,
why
hopefully.
wouldn't sit in stocks?
Hopefully, they've been moving some of that money into cash, because if they're reinvesting back in, ooh,
What the fuck was that? A moose?
that was my
It was a loon.
oh Nelly sound effect.
Maybe a little pop here. That'd be good. We can look at reshorting.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. That's what I was thinking of doing right now. That Boeing. I'm telling you, man, it still looks good.
It's still flying.
Nice pop here. This is the pop. Maybe we could look to reshort.
424.5 is what I'm looking at to see if it can test for a reshort.
Moving trader wants to retest the 425 to go long SPY puts. I think if we go back to 425, you're gonna have a rude awakening, and we're gonna go higher than that.
Okay. Well, I am ready to flip. I'm ready to be wrong in the name of making money. I'm ready to say I'm wrong.
XOM, it's been holding up really nice, so I put a pause on my short idea. Huh? What about it? Meh.
Okay, here's the
Dollar
number.
yen, we're seeing some volatility now after briefly popping above 150, now back below 148.80. Strong move here in the dollar yen, and we've noted several times this has been an area of potential intervention by the Japanese government. We've seen a sharp move off the highs in the dollar yen.
Reshort.
Yeah, I
I
gotta.
missed the number by 10 cents. Sorry. My bad.
Daniel was saying, no, I'm not never gonna hold anything for more than a day, but it's just I gotta get really focused, of course, and then I can't afford obviously the heavy size. So sizing is gonna be obviously a priority, and then again, just booking days like this, $2,000, $3,000, getting these days going, you get your confidence back. That's the play. That is the play. Check out the GameStop, man. Look at this fucking thing.
I think that's new lows I heard yesterday, right?
Yo, I had fucking 50,000 shares in FTX. This would have saved my ass, bro.
Hey,
Ash.
my ass.
Fucking back of the ass. Ben, are you still short? Yeah. What do you mean, me? Who the fuck else here is Ben? Well, take
many
them off.
friends you got?
Actually, you know what? You're moving over here next to me. You got no choice.
Hey, is his last name Dover?
I don't care what you need, bro.
Horrible.
Again, we haven't seen any official confirmation on any news outlets. We are seeing a significant run off the recent highs there in dollar yen. Some two big figure move now.
Big move currencies. Dollar coming off the highs.
Bye-bye.
I do have I reshorted on the SPY there, so that looks pretty good. But I only got, obviously, a fucking measly 20 lot.
See what happens when they test these lows here again.
Nice.
There. She gonna puke.
Nice. I'm going to take 10 off here at these lows. Get back into scalping mode.
Very nice. I mean, Lucci, keep in mind,
Yeah.
your $2,000, $3,000, a day. That's, I
Yeah.
mean, $5,000 a day is still over $1 million a year. Like, that's nothing to be upset
problem
about.
is it's not that. It's never that. It's the fact that if I take a $500,000 loss, you know what I'm saying? The losses have to
I
come
know.
down too.
I know. I hear you.
That's the bigger issue.
I'm trying to give you a hug, bro.
Yeah, but that was the wrong hug to give.
You need to. All right, I'll give you a slap.
Pulled off the other SPY puts there. But nice fucking short. The Tesla here is starting to work now. Remember that $1 million bet on the 245s?
You got a little more Amazon puts. Wolf.
We're now below the 4250 mark in the S&P cash market. We are approaching that low from late September. Again, 4238.60 or so was the low, intraday low on 927.
Some more Tesla puts coming in.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. So now those Tesla puts are starting to look a lot more interesting. Let me pull over to these.
We got $1
go
million
45.
October monthly put sweep Tesla.
And now they come
Whoa.
back on the Tesla put sweeps.
Hitting it with some fat cash.
Let's see where my options are. The ones that I covered.
Oh shit! Netflix
smash loser.
March 450 calls in a sweep.
Oh, come on. These guys, that's
Comeback play.
that's
Wow.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Let me see something here. Let's see, 450. Anything closing? I don't see anything of that size closing.
Wow, that Amazon got fucking smashed here.
Yep.
1,600 in open. How much we have here?
Tesla fucking spiked right back up. This one's it's impossible.
No, you just gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Gotta wait.
You know that
you gotta
they're in the puts. You gotta use some common sense and find some areas where you can enter that give you some probability. You know that you can't just jump in at the frickin' lows.
Yeah, I like to do that though.
I do too.
Fresh lows here on SPY. Incredible second leg down on SPY there. Incredible.
We kind of caught that one pretty much as good as you can catch it.
100%, man. 100%. That's 20 handles right there.
I can't do it any better. I can get you within 10 cents. If you're going to cry about that, I don't know what to say. I can't do it any better.
Now the meta here back down to 300, which is also, a name here that I was short and I got stuck in there too. Down at the lows, 288s, 290s. I'd now wait this out a little bit just to,
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going up in this tailwind here. Not tailwind, headwind, I should say. Tailwind for the bears.
Yo, that Boeing held through the whole fucking time.
That's
the
impressive.
Whole time. That is impressive. I'm gonna add to Boeing. I'm going to the bathroom.
So this on the daily on the Boeing. The Boeing has got a move potential. Call it 194-ish. That's where the 8 EMA lives. You got to break through the high for today, but it's not out of the question. This was another yesterday was decent running around scalping. That was clean. That was a nice move on the SPY. For those of you out here in the public, if you played along and I just put a bunch of money in your pocket, for God's sakes, get in here. Let's go. Get in the steam room.
Rig, they could be rolling there because they've been rolling forever. Let me check it out here.
Nick was saying I lost 400K in 2009 to 2011, hence I cannot trade. Nicholas, I lost 1.6 in 3 days when 9/11 happened.
What's up, man?
We all got a story. Got to figure out how to get yourself back.
What's up, man? What are you looking for? Shoot, man. Shoot. Where you at?
Yeah, so Daniel, Lucci's mostly a scalper. If you've noticed, like he tries to swing. It's not his forte, right? I do a combination of scalping. I have long-term positions, and to hedge, I trade short-term around those long-term positions. And is Lucci sizing too big? You know, that's all relative.
Get to the point, baby.
You $50 loss. It cost me $116 to fill my tank yesterday.
They got Disney getting some play. What did they report? 11.8.
That's got to be sympathy for Netflix.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Netflix and Disney probably the only limited volume here. Let me see. What did I say here? Disney, Amazon, some more puts. Disney 11.3. 82 calls.
Amazon
We got some
Bears.
more Tesla Bears.
The Bears. All right, so on this Tesla, those of you who are interested in the Tesla, you got. Let me just back this up a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to get rid of this. So you've got, from a big picture standpoint, a high right here, which I can anchor to get an idea. Okay, so that's an area, 254.05. Doesn't really apply to what I'm doing right here, right now. I've got a most recent low down here that I can anchor to and check it out. This one might be helpful. Now I'm going to come into the 1 minute chart. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, see how you bounced off of this little area right here? This is an anchor to the low. So that's an area that you got to keep an eye on. That's an area they're looking for to break. So if I'm going to mark today's VWAP, I'm going to go right here. I'm going to mark today's high, which is right here. And today's low is right here. So this is me thinking about a short-term trade now. So the trend currently looks to be lower. Here's my low. Come on. All right, so in between this price action here, if I want to short, I want to look for this area as an area for entry as opposed to shorting down here. So if I take some risk here, I want to look at covering right at this little high here. And that'll keep me out of big trouble if they decide to pop it back up to here. Otherwise, what I'm looking for is for this to flush out, but I want good entries, and I want entries that won't just completely burn my P&L. I don't want to enter down here and then have this rip up in my face and have a red P&L and feel pressure to sell. I want to have a good entry, and I want to have the ability to take it off if I, at a place and time of my choosing. So you just missed an entry here, but you still could enter in between this price range here. But if you break above this, you got to step aside and wait for a better entry. That's how I would look at the Tesla short. But I mean, a nice morning here in that SPY trade. I mean, just a few quick scalps. And bang.
A union saying that employees need a strike action to cover me, Julian.
All right, so now on this Tesla, I want to look for with all that money going into the puts. What I want to avoid is a stop hunt, because that's very normal. If these big guys want you out of the way of their play, they do not mind sitting through it, but you as a smaller player are unlikely to have the discipline or the room to sit through any kind of a squeeze up before they really decide to pull the plug, if they decide to pull the plug. We've seen so many times big money come into Tesla and they not get their move. What is Zion, Jay?
Zion's a regional bank.
Okay, there's your push up on Tesla. Okay, so this looks to me like they want to clear some people out.
Mexico President Lopez Obrador saying that Mexico
See if it's an opportunity to reshort.
billion in remittances in 2023.
Hey, Lucci, which Boeing calls are you in? What's he got? Does he have his... What's your Boeing line, Lucci?
Lucci's out of the office at the moment. Please leave a message and he'll call you back.
No, he's sitting there. He doesn't have his headset on.
Ah.
Okay, see what they're doing here on this Tesla? This is kind of normal fuckery here. Daniel is asking me how I manage my money longer term. So when I make enough trading, I pull it out. Oh, Matt here's telling me that's a paywall question. Okay. Matt just squashed your question, Daniel. Mateo saying, you want that answer? You got to pay up. Matt. All right, guys, here we got an hour in. So for the live stream to all of you herbs in the public, pony up your $7.99, see if you want to be in there. But we're going to wrap up the stream now. And if you played along with us, you had a good morning, and you should have at least $7.99 after those freaking SPY shorts we just threw at you guys. So come join us in the Steam Room, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Have a good day, everybody.